conversion of ethanoic acid into benzene. Okay, so basically we cannot get benzene from ethanoic acid directly. Okay, so there are several steps in this process. So the first step is ethanoic acid is reacted with sodium hydroxide NaOH, which is aqueous sodium hydroxide, and produce sodium ethanoate or sodium acetate. So this is basically in the first step. Ethanoic acid is reacting with sodium hydroxide to get sodium acetate or sodium ethanoate. Now in the second step, sodium acetate is reacting with soda lime and it is producing methane CH4. This process is known as decarboxylation. Now after that, methane is reacted with chlorine in the presence of light to form methyl chloride. This is methyl chloride. In the presence of light, methane is reacted with chlorine to form methyl chloride. This process is known as halogenation. Now, this methyl chloride is reacting with sodium in the presence of dry ether, which is, this process is known as Ward's reaction, and what we are getting, the product of this process is C2H6 or ethane. This process is known as Ward's reaction. Now this ethane is reacting with chlorine and producing C2H5Cl. This process is known as chlorination. Chlorination is an important reaction in this process. Now this C2H5Cl is reacting with alcohol KOH, alcoholic potassium hydroxide, and producing C2H4 ethene. This process is known as dehydrohalogenation. Now this ethene is reacting with bromine and producing 1,2-dibromo Now this ethene is producing 1,2-dibromomethane with reaction with bromine. So ethene is reacting with bromine and producing 1,2-dibromomethane. This process is known as bromination, which is an important reaction in this process. Now this 1,2-dibromomethane is reacting with alcoholic KOH or alcoholic potassium hydroxide and producing CH2CHBr, and then this is reacting with NaNH3 and producing ethine. So this is basically a vicinal dihalide. So this process is, in this process, ethine is producing by a vicinal dihalide, and then after that this ethine is reacting in a red hot iron tube at 873 Kelvin and producing benzene, which is the final product. So after these 9 steps, we are getting benzene from ethanoic acid. So to convert ethanoic acid into benzene, we have to first convert ethanoic acid to methane. Then after that methane to ethane. Then ethane to ethene. Then after that ethene to ethane, and the final product we'll get is benzene. So these are the steps to get benzene from ethanoic acid.